the mail before we talk it out. I'm waking up and thumbing through it. Run it like a runner do it. Stun a hotel like a stunner do. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. I'm the best, I'm the best. And I got it, and I got it on my own. Get my way up, and I go, and I go. If I touch it, then it's cold, then it's cold. Top dog like I vanished. I'm the really damaged. I came out and make the channel froze.
This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Washington Commanders. Two teams more than ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. A man coming off a washout 2021. It's Travis Etienne. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Man, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now, because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, this guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They run with the Alabama rookie. That's Brian Robinson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Now Howell. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. There you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Howell try to pick it up on 3rd. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Foyesade Aluakin. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete. So this, the 90th season of Washington football. Of course, here, the first season and first ever regular season game for the Washington Commanders. That name unveiled in a grand reveal back on February 2nd. The franchise opting to keep the burgundy and gold. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jamin Davis. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown. Well, what a response by that defensive unit, Charles, because they just saw their offense throw the interception. They come out there, not only get an interception of their own, but they take it back for the touchdown.
I won't sing it because no one wants to hear that, but perhaps an early case of anything you can do, I can do better between these defenses. A lot of people came to expect the offense to light this game up, but so far, the defenses are stealing the show.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, Lawrence. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
The Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away. Taking it about the 16. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. On first down, Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave. Embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11. Back to Robinson now on first down. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
First down, Howell to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Howell. Complete, it's Dodson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now ETN to start the drive, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It was Deron Payne who got in there to make the play. $10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. Now Lawrence to throw. And this one into the hands of Ingram downfield. And out across midfield down to the 45. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Oftentimes now offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
They'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. He targets Ingram for another grab. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. On play action, Lawrence. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the 1st down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They go play action with Lawrence. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Dancing to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
They've had multiple opportunities on offense and still haven't scored any points. Felt like they wanted to loosen things up, throw it downfield, and see if maybe they could get a big play and a quick strike.
Patterson's kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So a good job there to kind of weather the storm in that first quarter and come back with their first points of the ball game.
Yeah, you hate to be coming from behind early on, but you're exactly right. They took some time, able to move the ball, and now it's back to a 10-3 game.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is.
He's got a man. Complete. A huge play there for Washington. 69 yards. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. They'll run with Robinson. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd down. Powell, 3rd and goal. Forced out to his left. Hard throw, incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail by 10, 13-3 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw here into the hands of Jones. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. The end result, 21 yards. Here's Lawrence to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, 45 yards. And the Jaguars have got it back to within a score. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this home. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. 2nd down. Howell now. A solid stiff arm. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week 1. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Foyesade Oluwakin. And the Jaguars are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley, 32 yards. And the Jaguars have moved out in front. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. 2nd down throw for Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. From the gun on 3rd down, Howell. Got an open man, finds Gibson. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Howell. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think someone's going to get in the QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Howell throwing on third down here. Able to connect with Dotson. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They'll go play action. Howell. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 11 yards there, just like last play. Another completion there, and what a big moment in a young quarterback's life, that first NFL start. And Charles, obviously they want him to win games, but if they're looking at him under a microscope in this first month or so, what do you think they're hoping to see from him?
Well, for every question they'll have for him, they should have for themselves as a coaching staff, because it's not just how quickly can he learn the offense, it's what they can teach him, right? How can he build a relationship with his receivers? And, of course, how open is he to learning? And, of course, how open are they to giving him things that he can put in place on the field?
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To throw on 2nd and 10. Howell. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Well, every point certainly counts at this stage of the game. But after driving so far, you absolutely know they want to finish it with 6 instead of 3.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. With a play fake, and now here's how to throw it. Rolling to his right. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Now they'll put a receiver in motion left. One last shot before the break. Howell. Looking and finding Thomas in the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Logan Thomas as time expires in the first half. And the Commanders have taken the lead on the final play of the first half. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
On 1st down, Howell. This one left side caught by Gibson.
They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Faking the handoff, Howell.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Trayvon Walker.
That is one that he will remember. His first career sack in his first career game in the National Football League.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
Here's Tressway now, as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air. And that allows their punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit...
Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence.
Picked off by Bobby McCain.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. They go play action with Howell.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Howell throwing on 1st down here. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. We're getting close to the end zone, and you know that rookie wants the ball back. He's looking for his first career touchdown.
He certainly is, and you just wonder with the coaching staff, is it trust in him this early? Or are they trying to get him going, give him confidence early in his NFL career? Either way, they want him to score.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Jags are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, it certainly felt like he was going to challenge this defense no matter what, and he stepped up and tried to throw it to the outermost edge of the zone coverage, and they were more than ready for him. The problem now is if they are limited in what they're doing throwing the football, they got to figure out how to move it without being able to throw it to the outside and throw it downfield.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Now Lawrence. They'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On first down, Lawrence.
Man open, here is Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
A late season breakout at the end of 2021 with the Raiders earned Zay Jones a big deal as part of Jacksonville's spending spree this offseason. And he'll need to keep up that kind of play in order to stand out in a crowded Jags receiving room. First downs like that, an excellent way to continue to earn more opportunities. And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Understanding he's just down 1 possession, trying to make something happen by extending the play, but the coverage downfield was excellent. He escaped and bought some time, but that one goes incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Jaguars put together a 4th quarter drive to take the lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that will make this a 4-point game.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. They need their best drive of the game right here to about the 23.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Off play action. It's Howell.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Trayvon Walker in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. Washington on 3rd down.
They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
3rd and long. Here's Howell. Complete. It's Dotson.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
So a nice throw there. And, CD, I have to think you've been impressed with what you've seen thus far here in his debut.
Now, you know me well. I have been impressed because what I've seen is him starting to understand how to play the game in a short amount of time. The dazzling plays, they'll come and with experience. But right now, we're seeing him handle the game, make all the smart plays and the right reads.
Officially, that'll be a 63-yard punt. Well done. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10.
Now Lawrence on 1st down.
He's going to air one out. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll throw on 1st down. Here's Howell.
On the move to his left. And he will find his man, Samuel. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 24 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick.
And the Jaguars are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the 2nd half. Want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Jaguars.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, there's 2 sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him out?
I would think about it, and I think about it awfully hard, but also you might want to look into his eyes, see what he has.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need.
picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And now here is another interception.
And the Jaguars are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line.
He was pretty good a year ago in college, getting outside of the pocket and making plays, but it's a different story here in the NFL.
Well, in college, when he broke out of the pocket, his receivers often knew what to do in a scramble drill. And defender... is adept at that. In the NFL, they work on that as well. They realize once he's out of the pocket, you can knock a receiver down. You can take him out of the play that way. You can make sure you hunt him up and make sure that you have him covered downfield. They do a much better job of it. He's got to learn that the speed has changed on this level.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. It got his man complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns.
And the Jaguars are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
Turning into a really good performance on the road. Week 1, you're just hoping for that first win. It's tough to do it away from home, though, but they're looking strong.
It certainly is. Any road win in the NFL is a great road win. I mean, it just does not matter whether it's supposed to be tough or not. In this particular situation, how great will they feel leaving with a win on the road against a tough opponent?
A little work still to do, though.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into Week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Now we got whistles before the snap. Looked like one of the Commanders jumped.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
The false start backs him up 5. First and 15. To throw is Wentz. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line.
Multiple players getting home for the 1-yard sack.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Now Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. A good way there to have him bounce back from the interception last drive. Something underneath, a little bit of rhythm going.
I know the best ones in the league have supreme confidence, but every now and then you need a little booster, don't you? This is their way of protecting him.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Andre Sisco. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here and maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And my goodness, another interception.
Picked off by Jack Rabbit Jenkins. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell, just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
Being chased out left. And they're going to get the two-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Straight ahead, ETN. The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And they'll go again with ETN. And he's got room. 20. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Travis Etienne, 41 yards. And the Jaguars are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You'd have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
And the Jags are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
98 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opening. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for Jacksonville, hey, you get a win, you get it on the road. You can't ask for much more than that to start the year. And they'll return home next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts.
Meanwhile, for the Commanders,
they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions.